All right, let's dive right into the story of a city that's honestly more like a force of nature than a metropolis. We're talking about Karachi, the sprawling, dynamic heart of Pakistan. Let's just kick things off with a single number. Get ready for this. Over 20 million. That's the population of Karachi as of the 2023 census. This isn't just a city, it's a living, breathing megacity.
And look, it's not just about the sheer number of people. Karachi is the economic engine of Pakistan. We're talking the industrial, commercial, and financial heart of the nation. It's where the country's pulse really beats the loudest.
Which begs the question, right? How on earth does a place grow to this just immense scale? To really get a handle on the Karachi of today, we've got to rewind the clock way back.
And our story starts with a name you might not even recognize. We're not talking about Karachi just yet. We're talking about My Kalachi.
Yeah, believe it or not, this sprawling megacity of 20 million people, it all started as a tiny fishing village. And the name, My Kalachi, it's said to come from a Balochi woman who was one of the first to settle there. The city's roots are literally in her story. How amazing is that? But, things don't stay small forever. By the late 1700s, that little village was already transforming. It became a fortified town, a super important trading post, doing big business with places like Muscat and Bahrain. It even had walls and cannons for protection.
Okay, and this is where it gets really cool. The city's old gates tell us everything we need to know. You had two main ones. Karadar, the salty gate, which faced the sea, that was all about trade. Then you had Mithadar, the sweet gate, which faced the Liari River and its fresh water. It's such a perfect picture of what the city needed to survive. Salt water for commerce and fresh water for, well, life.
So, that foundation of trade and survival, it basically set the stage for a complete game changer, the arrival of the British.
The British took over in 1839, and from there, development just exploded. This timeline really lays it all out. You've got the birth of Pakistan's founder, Muhammad Ali Jinnah, in 1876. Then, in the 1880s, the game-changing railway connection that linked the port to the rest of India. And finally, in 1936, it becomes the capital of Sindh province. Every single one of these steps just cranked up its importance.
And the results? Absolutely staggering. Because of that new port and railway, by 1899, Karachi wasn't just a big port, it was the largest wheat exporting port in the entire East. Think about that. That little fishing village was now a global commercial powerhouse.
But even with all that growth, the single most defining moment in Karachi's entire history was still to come. We're talking about 1947 and the partition of British India.
So, right before independence, Karachi's population was about 400,000. I mean, it was a busy port city for sure, but nothing, absolutely nothing, compared to what was about to happen.
And then it happened. Partition. And Karachi is named the very first capital of the new nation of Pakistan. This meant that lakhs, we're talking hundreds and hundreds of thousands, of refugees, the Muhajirs, just poured into the city from India, all looking for a new home, a new start.
And this just shows you the incredible impact. Remember that number from the very beginning? Let's look at it again. From 400,000 people in 1947 to over 20 million today. That's not just growth. That is a demographic explosion. It completely reshaped the city's identity forever.
And get this, even after the capital eventually moved to Islamabad in the 1960s, Karachi's momentum didn't slow down one bit. It was already the place to be for commerce and opportunity, and people just kept coming.
So all of this history, this constant flow of people, it created this unbelievably diverse human landscape. Let's take a closer look at the people who actually call Karachi home today.
So, who are the people of modern Karachi? Well, a huge part of the answer is found in the incredible mix of languages you'll hear on its streets.
This chart really says it all. It shows you exactly why people call Karachi mini Pakistan. Now, Urdu is the majority language for sure, but look at this. You've got massive communities speaking Pashto, Sindhi, and Punjabi. This linguistic mosaic isn't an accident. It's the direct result of decades of people moving here from every corner of the country. It's a true melting pot.
And just look at the raw numbers here. We're not talking about small pockets of people. We're talking millions. Millions of people from different linguistic backgrounds, all living together. I mean, each of these groups is bigger than many cities around the world, and they all add to Karachi's unique cultural fabric.
So you have to wonder, how do you even begin to govern a city this big and this complex? The short answer, constant, non-stop evolution.
Yeah, as Karachi got bigger, its administration was basically in a race to keep up. This timeline shows that race in action. It started with 3 districts in 1972, but as the city sprawled, they had to keep dividing it up again and again, reaching 7 districts by 2020. This isn't just shuffling papers around, it's a sign of a city that is literally outgrowing its own skin over and over.
Now, of course, this kind of explosive growth is never easy. The 1980s and 90s were tough times, with a lot of ethnic and political turmoil. But, and this is the incredible part, in the 21st century, the city has shown this remarkable resilience. Security has improved, and that's paved the way for new economic growth. It's like a phoenix rising from the ashes. Truly.
So, we've followed Karachi's journey from a tiny fishing village to a mega city of over 20 million people. It's an epic story of trade, of migration, and just this relentless, unstoppable growth. And that leaves us with one huge question for the future. As this incredibly resilient economic engine just keeps on growing, what on earth is the next chapter in Karachi's story going to look like?